All right, so welcome to Between the Lines, guys, and this is our instant reaction to a game that we thought we actually previewed in our most latest episode, a potential game of the week. Turns about to be more of a dud of the week game as OKC absolutely demolishes the Los Angeles Lakers 139 to 96. They absolutely poured it on in the first half, first quarter especially, ending the first quarter 44 to 21. They were up 10 to 2 or 9 to 2 was literally within under 90 seconds of the game starting. Just a complete blitz from OKC and the Lakers. They were not expecting what they saw tonight in OKC. Luca going down with what looks like a serious hamstring injury to his right hamstring or left hamstring, I believe. So we're gonna have to see the status of that. So we're just gonna do a quick reaction to this. Nitish, what are some of your just broad takeaways from the game so far, or are there any takeaways in the Lakers aspect of this?
Yeah, I mean, like when I started watching the game, I was like, okay, let me just start taking some notes on things to talk about in the reaction afterwards. But it just got to a point where like there's no point in writing anything down. Like I remember, like, as
Yeah,
you said, OKC got out to like a 9-2 lead. It was like turnover after turnover after turnover for the Lakers. Just like DeAndre Ayton having butterfingers. OKC is like just immense defensive pressure feel like literally every single I think one of the commentators said it. I think it was uh Coach Van Gundy. He was saying like every single dribble is contested by OKC.
yeah,
So as a result, there's just like a turnover mess. And oh man, I remember we were hyping this up like in our preview for the last episode
yeah.
as like, a high key matchup between two teams, but that was completely one-sided, 40-point blowout for the Lakers. Not a good look. And then as you said, losing Luca, it really didn't
Yeah.
get any worse, honestly. But yeah, what do you
And then
think?
on top of the Luka injury too, like we saw, like it was almost from the first quarter onwards. Like Austin Reeves, he was always like
Mhm.
reaching at his back, like the left side of his back most of the time. So he's playing the first half with what looks like some type of like back ailment or hip ailment or something. So that you have that Luka obviously going down. Marcus Smart not playing in this game, so an injury aspect there. So just a team that looks like it could be somewhat hobbled going into the playoffs, starting in a week or two. And then let's flip it and look at it from the OKC side. So on the OKC side, like you see over the last couple weeks, players like Luca, we just mentioned, Wemby especially, still Nikola Jokic in the back end of it, getting a lot of the MVP buzz and trying to like overtake Shea from winning the MVP last season and his previous 10 pole position at the top of the MVP ladder. But even though he didn't have like a standout performance, it was really more of like a team effort today. Just like he's almost like he's knocking off like some of his contenders like one by one, taking out like Luca almost. Like I feel like this is the type of game where you would really needed to see like a good Luca performance. Obviously, they play again in a couple days. I think it's next Tuesday or something like that when these two teams match up again in LA. So we'll see like can he regain some of that momentum there. But it looks like Luca's going to be out of the MVP race for now, especially with the injury potential there and missing some games. Um, so what do you see from OKC side? Do you see any like did you see anything new that you saw today, or did it more just like reaffirm your belief in them as like a contender for this upcoming season,
Yeah,
upcoming postseason?
they're still the team to beat. Like it's their ring to lose in my eyes. I mean, they can go back to back easily. And I'm not saying that just because of tonight, but like tonight definitely whatever doubters there were out there definitely shut them up. And going back to Luca, also importantly, he today was his 64th game. So if he doesn't make another
Yeah,
return for the rest of the year, he could also miss out on all NBA. So hopefully, for his sake, he comes back, plays the game. But yeah, I mean, going back to OKC, I feel like they spawn in a new 3 and D guy whenever they need it. Like they got Jared McCain coming in. That team is so perfectly constructed. They're going to be a nightmare in the playoffs. I guess we'll see who they face, but yeah, it's going to be tough. I think for Lakers fans, it's like a lot of people are thinking about, okay, let's try to get to the 3 seed, the 4 seed. So like think about who we're playing in the second round. But after what you saw tonight, and in general, the Lakers aren't the best against teams above 500. Like you got to look at the first round first. I'm not really confident in maybe just against the Rockets, but aside from that, facing up against the Wolves and Nuggets, maybe even the Suns, like not comfortable first round matchups. So hopefully, they take the next 2 weeks just to get healthy. Luka doesn't have a serious hamstring injury. They're good to go for the playoffs. Hopefully, have home court advantage. But yeah, definitely not the night for Lakers fans. We'll see if they get their get back on the 7th in LA. But yeah, not a great night for the Lakers fans for sure.
yeah. I think I'm just really like interested. I don't know if I can say excited anymore based on how these two matchups have gone between the teams previously, including tonight and the one in November. but I'm interested to see in how LA is going to respond to this game because, like, especially with two teams that this was a highly contested regular season battles between them after the Luka trade last season, at the end of last season, and then going into this season, this was a matchup that a lot of teams expected because a lot of people going into the season are like, the way OKC is built really well with all these like long rangy and the guard type defenders, the smaller wing type defenders, the 3 and D type players. They do have enough guys where they can guard one of maybe Luka or LeBron, but we were expecting, are they going to be able to deal with both of them? Obviously, with LeBron taking a little bit more of a backseat this season, it's really just more the focus is on Luka. But I really want to see how they respond against OKC next week, and I guess we'll see. If it turns out it's looking like another game of the week type game, we can definitely do another instant reaction to that. But if it's more like this, where we might have to wait until the playoffs to figure out another game to do that. Any last thoughts just on the game tonight, or any thoughts for the
Um,
rest of the NBA week?
I mean, yeah, there's a nice matchup coming up. We already talked about Spurs Nuggets this weekend, so we'll see how that goes between two of the other MVP guys. But yeah, we'll talk more on our fourth episode coming soon. But yeah, see you guys.